Inside Utah Politics.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Glenn Mills. It is time to go inside Utah politics. We begin today with the Affordable Care Act. Courtney Bullard with Utah Health Policy Project is here to dig into the very latest developments. Courtney, great to have you on the show. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. So earlier in the week, the Supreme Court taking up the Affordable Care Act once again. First off, I know it gets really complicated and convoluted, but give us a basic idea of what this court case is all about.
Sure. So back in 2012, the Supreme Court heard a case on the ACA and decided in favor of the ACA that it was not coercive to, have people to tell people that they must enroll in health insurance, because there was also the choice of not enrolling and paying the tax penalty. And then in 2017, Congress took away that tax penalty, which we refer to as the individual mandate. And now there's a case back at the Supreme Court again this week saying that because that individual mandate is gone, but the requirement for health insurance exists, it's still coercive, or it's more coercive now.
So really it centers around the individual mandate still. Now
Exactly.
a lot of supporters took hope in what they heard in the questioning from both Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Kavanaugh. Your thoughts on what you heard from the hearing?
Yeah, going into this case, it was a weird argument that they're trying to make, and so it's really great to see Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Kavanaugh agreeing in that way, asking a lot of tough questions, and basically saying that just because there might be this little individual mandate issue, that doesn't mean that the entire ACA is unconstitutional, which is super important for Utahns right now to know, because we are in open enrollment.
And we'll get to more on that in just a second, but I want to talk more about this individual mandate, because that is the crux of what this was all centered around as far as bringing prices down. The more people that are in the pool, the lower the prices become. So if that is overturned, how would that play out with the Affordable Care Act?
So the individual mandate was taken away in 2017 by Congress, and it hasn't been in effect for a couple open enrollments now. And we've actually seen numbers and participation in the ACA remain really positive and high, and people still choosing to purchase this insurance. And so we're really confident that if without the individual mandate and you make this severable, don't take the whole ACA away, but kind of solve this issue, the ACA is going to stand strong and continue to stand strong.
Okay, let's get into open enrollment. It's open right now. People have the opportunity to get on and take a look at what might work for them. Give us the most important details that Utahns need to know right now about open enrollment.
So open enrollment began November 1st. It goes until December 15th, and we are again seeing premiums stabilize and lower. There are $0 deductible options on the ACA right now, which is new. There are more plans, more competition than there have been in previous years. And we also have the new Medicaid expansion this year. And so if you have looked at a plan in previous years, you might have a better option this year. So we would really encourage everyone to get on healthcare.gov, call Take Care Utah, which is an enrollment assistance organization that can offer help in looking at these plans and see what's available to you.
In years past, I've been out to your office a number of times. People are coming in looking for help. Obviously, we have the coronavirus this year. So how has that shifted your approach in helping those that need it here in the state?
That's a really good question. So back in March, actually, we transitioned our enrollment assistance team to have a remote option, virtual options. And so we've been doing that now for several months. It's working very well. So we have, we're still offering services in different languages. We're still trying to meet people where they are in terms of what technology they have available, but you can go onto the website, takecareutah.org, make an appointment, and I'm sure we can figure out how to help you.
And how is that being received? Are you still seeing a lot of people reach out to you for help?
Yeah, absolutely. Utah actually throughout the pandemic has had one of the highest increases in Medicaid enrollment in the nation. We're second to Kentucky. So absolutely Utahns are leaning on programs available to them to get health insurance, and we are here assisting people, and we'll continue to do so.
Let's dig into that Medicaid expansion a little more, because there was a long time in our state, years, where we didn't have that option. It came into play recently. How has that been playing out in our state?
Medicaid expansion is literally a lifesaver that we got it done before coronavirus hit in Utah. Like I said, we've had one of the biggest increases in our Medicaid enrollment in the nation, and that just proves that as people are losing jobs, losing income, we have this new program that people can rely on, and that is incredibly important to make the connection between responding to COVID and having health insurance to do it.
One of the things I should have mentioned as we started with the lawsuit in front of the Supreme Court is Utah. Attorney General Sean Reyes, he's one of the Republican attorneys general who has got on board with this. But here in the state of Utah, we've seen pretty good numbers consistently from the beginning. Talk about historically how we've seen Utahns embrace the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah, so right now we have about a quarter of a million Utahns who use insurance that's made available because of the ACA. And so that was a huge point that we used when trying to talk to Attorney General Sean Reyes to pull out of this court case that will only negatively impact Utahns. Even the rhetoric around the court case now, we're not going to know what happens until next year, but it could potentially deter people from using what's available to them right now. And so Utahns need this. We have a lot of people who rely on it. Also, a vast majority of people in Utah who use the ACA plans receive premium tax credits, and so which helps them pay for the premiums and pay for the programs. And so this is not something that we should be thinking about taking away in the midst of a pandemic.
So we've seen this play out in Congress. Republicans tried to put up their replacement plan, repeal the ACA and replace. Didn't work out. But still, it's a big center of debate in Washington, and Republicans are insistent that we have a better plan. Your thoughts on what we hear from Republicans in Washington?
Yeah, I think I was more open to believing that years ago, and now that we have still not seen that plan and the ACA has continued to become a really important piece of the healthcare industry in general, I just think it's fairly unbelievable that there could be something that works better when the ACA has slashed uninsurance rates, and it provides essential benefits to people, and it protects people with pre-existing conditions, all of the things that it does. I'm very, very skeptical that there could be anything in place, and we just haven't seen it yet. So I think the best thing that we can do is just strengthen the program that we already have and make it better.
Real quick, we're going to see a change in administration. Joe Biden has been projected to be the next president. President Trump had an adversarial relationship with the ACA, so to speak, in that resources were taken away and whatnot. How do you expect things to play out with a change in administration?
Yeah, President Trump was supportive of is supportive of the Supreme Court case to take the ACA away, and also the attorneys general that are suing it's on party lines. It's a lot of Republican attorneys general that are doing this, and so I think that a Biden administration would create more stability within the ACA. I also think that we've seen bad things happening in the Medicaid department with the Trump administration, and with the Biden administration, I think you're going to see less of that and more kind of supporting Medicaid expansion. Okay,
we will see how it plays out, Courtney. We appreciate your time. Very important information. Where can people get in contact with your organization?
You can go to utahhealthpolicyproject.org/bookings to make an appointment and get free enrollment assistance.
All right, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it today.
Thank you.